Hello and welcome to Nug and Cymek Review DC Comics, where once again, Nug and I review almost everything that DC Comics is putting out at this time, and right now we're here on the set of our new television series, Dark Rising: Warrior of Worlds.
It's pretty cool. This place is full of swords and machine guns and a snowmobile with a machine gun on the back. We'll take you around and show you. I took some clips before you were here.
Excellent.
Okay. And we're going to talk about DC Comics, and we're going to kick it off. I have my trusty one pad here. Started off. Again, sorry we've taken so long to get stuff up.
This is the first time where we've actually had some time to breathe. We've been in production now for 2 weeks. Things are going really well, but long hours. We just got off night shoots. As soon as we got off our night shoot, though, we went right to the movie theater. We watched Dark Knight Rises.
It's excellent. Yeah. Go see it.
Won't spoil it for you. It was amazing. I was bawling like a little baby.
I held mine in check.
I did not.
All right, let's get started. Let's get started with the Before Watchmen titles.
Okay, sounds good.
That's controversial.
Yeah, I mean, there was the controversy that you shouldn't touch Watchmen because it's, you know, this great piece of work.
Valid point.
Yeah.
Valid point. However, reading these comics, they're amazing. I have yet to read one I don't like.
Well, when they announced the creative teams on these books, I was pretty impressed with who they got to do this.
Yes.
And almost all of them have been enjoyable for me.
Yeah, me too. I've really liked them.
The standout for me has been Silk Spectre, but I love Amanda Connor.
And I love Darwin Cook, and that combo is hard to beat.
Exactly. Minutemen has been amazing. Really enjoying going back into it. The question of whether the books are needed, though, is still one that I have in my mind. Because I was unsure. I'm enjoying it. But Watchmen, you know, arguably revolutionized the genre.
Yep.
And these books are great stories, but they haven't transcended more than stories yet. And
no,
I'm not sure
yet.
if that's their intent. I'm curious.
It'll be interesting to see, since at San Diego they announced that Neil Gaiman and Williams were going to do a new Sandman.
Oh, you knew that.
So it's going to be he's going to show how he got in the jar from the beginning of Sandman 1. He's going to, so it's kind of a prequel, but it's Neil writing it. It's with the new artist, the guy who's on Batwoman, whose art is incredible.
Right. Yeah.
So it's going to be something.
Yeah.
And so, but is that needed? I think it's fun to go back and take a look at these things. Personally, I think it's a good time.
I think it's always, you know, it's the thing with comics is that it never ends.
No.
Right? You can go backwards, you can go forwards, you can tell a whole bunch of different stories. I mean, the new 52 is
nothing but going forwards.
Yeah.
And sometimes backwards.
Yeah.
And sometimes nowhere.
So, you know, that's the great thing about the comic book medium.
Yeah. And also, again, which I've said many times on this show, if you're upset that the fictional thing you love is doing something you don't like, take solace in the fact that it's fictional. And then relax a little bit.
Exactly. So, of the Watchmen titles, though, which one is your favorite?
So, Minutemen, hands down, is my favorite.
Okay.
Because Darwin Cook writing and drawing is my favorite thing in the world. Like, there's nothing better than New Frontier. So, I'm loving Minutemen. Because I'm seeing those guys. Like, the tryout page was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, no, it was great.
That's my stuff that I love.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the canceled stuff.
Sure.
Let's talk about Voodoo being canceled.
Yeah, Voodoo was one of the surprise hits for me at the beginning because it was very B-movie. I'm a huge B-movie fan, and I got it, and then I felt like the moment it was announced it was canceled, the creative team, it almost felt like the energy just kind of
gave up.
Went out. I don't want to say they gave up, but
it
was
gave
missing
out.
something.
Like there's no more heart in it.
Yeah, it's almost like that build to what they're, you know, what they're heading towards.
Yes, and the same with, for me, the same with Captain Atom, which I continued to read. There was some big concept stuff happening, and it's just kind of like it knows it's going to end.
Right.
So, and that's like you're reading the final throes.
Yeah.
And Resurrection Man, which was awesome, and it's sad that it's being canceled. I hope he finds his way to Justice League Dark somehow.
That'd be great. It's a great character.
He's a great character. And it's, again, with Abnett and Lanning, it's kind of like watching it just, we're going to wrap this up. And that's kind of sad.
Yeah, when you're trying to wrap up a title so quickly.
Yeah.
That's what I think is, you know, you're running a race, you see the finish line, and then you see everyone's finished ahead of you.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm really kind of doing this just for me.
Yeah.
Because everyone's cheering for that guy right now.
But I will say that we're not sad about Justice League International being canceled. I know there's going to be some sort of new Justice League book in the fall, but I'm not sad that it's canceled because it wasn't very good.
Yeah, I mean,
It had so much
Justice League
potential.
International had Booster Gold, which is one of my favorite characters. Now, you have the New 52 where you're, revamping and rebooting all these characters, and yet with Booster Gold, they kind of chose to keep him at the character development stage, which he was prior to the reboot, where
But
he's not quite as egotistical as he was. He has grown quite a bit, and it's like this was a perfect opportunity to go maybe backwards in time and relaunch Booster for a new audience. I found that choice was just odd, and also the comedic elements of the Justice League International book was
Non-existent?
non-existent in the last couple issues.
Yeah, so I wasn't reading that after we stopped reading all the titles. That was one of the first ones I quit reading.
Yeah.
I love those characters, but that book didn't do it for me.
Right.
Okay, so let's talk about the new stuff coming. There's going to be those National Comics one-shots, starting with Kid Eternity, written by Jeff Lemire. I think there isn't a better match made than that pairing right there, that character and that writer.
And I don't know much about Kid Eternity. I know that I've liked Jeff Lemire's writing and pretty much everything that he's touched so far in the new DC universe. I'm excited for the book. If it kind of replaces Resurrection Man in terms of...
Yeah, but I mean, it's only a one-shot. These are National Comics. These are one-shots.
Right. So it's like another DC Universe Presents.
Yes, it is, which is funny because I thought that's what DC Universe Presents was going to be, but they're not one-shots. They're telling stories.
Right.
And then we've got Phantom Lady by Graham Palmiotti,
Okay.
which I have to read.
Yeah.
Which is going to be great. But that's cool that they were on the Ray, and now they're doing Phantom Lady. I think they're working their way towards the Freedom Fighters, the rest of the team.
It's a smart way of doing it. At the time that they're releasing Phantom Lady, I don't know how many people will have remembered the Ray, but it would be a nice collection, DC, because I know, of all of them together, if that's what they're going to do.
I think it's a smart idea. And then the new stuff coming in the third wave that's replacing all the canceled stuff. Team 7, it's a Wildstorm title, but it's got a whole bunch so it's got Grifter on it, and Deathstroke, and Black Canary before she's Black Canary,
Right.
and her husband.
Is Amanda Waller on this as well?
Yes, but I'm not excited by this title in any way, but that's just me. I don't know how you feel about it.
I mean, I don't care about this title at all either, but partly because Grifter and a lot of the Wildstorm characters that were introduced into the DC universe, it just has not appealed to me at all.
Nope.
Deathstroke has not appealed to me.
Nope.
So this is like, oh great, so let's take everything that doesn't appeal to me and put it into
in
one book. Great.
And
So
watch it get
I'll just
canceled.
avoid that book
Yeah,
then.
everything I hate in
So-
one book, fantastic.
Yeah.
Hate the new Waller, hate the new Deathstroke, hate the Grifter, couldn't give a crap.
It's one of those things where I really like the old version so much better.
Yep.
So, I mean, seeing them, I miss the old Wall.
Ugh, I miss all of it. All the stuff that I loved from the pre-boot.
Yeah, the
The
preboot.
pre-boot is like, if it ain't broke,
Yeah.
let's break it all together and then put it together in a way that no one can recognize.
The sake of making something new, specifically just for the sake that it's new, is not the right reason
No.
to do it.
Let's talk about Phantom Stranger, written by the boss. I liked what I saw about Phantom Stranger, but my only issue is that the Phantom Stranger never had an origin.
Yeah.
And so that's what made him cool, was the mystery.
And strange.
And strange. And a phantom.
Yeah.
And now he's going to get an origin. And
Yeah.
I don't know what I think about that.
Well, it's written by the boss.
Yeah.
So
Pet project.
It's something he's probably always wanted to do.
Yeah.
I'll read it. I like the character of the Phantom Stranger.
Yeah, me too.
I really like what they're doing with him. Giving him an origin story. I mean, they're doing a lot of different things with this new 52. They're trying out new stories that haven't been told.
All right.
So I'm on board. I really liked his OMAC.
Yeah, I did.
I
have a feeling that this isn't going to be like Oman.
No, and his challengers was a little.
Yeah.
Left me wanting more with that. But hey, Phantom Stranger. Good luck, Dan, with it. It's a character I love, and
Me too.
Let's see what happens with it.
All right, Sword of Sorcery featuring Amethyst, Princess of Gemworld. Now, when I was a kid, and I was reading Blue Devil, and I was reading Firestorm, I got a preview of Amethyst and went, oh, that's crazy. There's like a magic sorcery book. Why is it being previewed in these books? Because these aren't magic sorcery books. These are crazy superhero books.
Yeah.
It's a fan favorite character that hasn't been around in a while, written by the girl that wrote Gem and the Holograms. I think it's gonna work.
I have no idea. Out of maybe after Team 7,
This is the...
I don't like. I never liked Amethyst. I didn't get it. Maybe
She was the little girl who in another magic realm was a princess. Who doesn't want to be that? If you're trying to lure in young lady readers...
Oh, okay. Well, then
here's the book.
Okay, so coming at it from that angle, then yeah, okay. Maybe it's just for me. I'm not excited about the book.
I'll check out the first one. I'll see what happens.
Yeah,
but I'll check out the first one.
Tell me if it's good.
I will.
It's one of those things where
Your wife may like it.
She might like it.
She likes Warriors.
She likes Warriors, but she likes Batman as well.
True enough. And then Talon, a spin-off of the Court of Owls, which I'm like, kind of, I'm really ambiguous about. I thought it was done.
Yeah.
And so now there's one Talon who didn't get hauled back in. The Rogue Talon. Since there was a character called Talon in the Teen Titans at some point, who we think was an Earth 2 somebody.
Yep.
Hey, Batman fan, what do you think?
Okay, the Court of Owls, Night of Owls, the Owls storyline that was in Batman was amazing. It, wrapped up. We'll talk about that later.
We will.
But it was a year of owls. And if there was a time to do a spin-off with an owl character like Talon, I guess this is the time to announce it.
Cash in.
And there is potential for storylines with the character. And I'm not going to be overly negative on this. I think that whenever you have a storyline that is as successful as that one is, there's going to be the opportunity to branch out and do other things.
Yep.
I'm sick of owls, though. I am so excited for the new stuff. So, and I don't know if other people are sick of owls as well.
Well, if you loved Court of Owls,
I loved it.
And then this new Batman, which we'll talk about later, is spinning off without owls.
Yeah.
And then you get 4 issues into it and go, I kind of miss the owls. That's when this comes out, right? So,
yeah.
Remember the owls, guys?
Remember the owls? Those owls were just so
Remember,
good.
Guys, let's reminisce about the owls for a second.
Well, you know what? Like I
So
said,
cool.
it was a great storyline. So I'm not going to crap on it just yet.
No.
But I'm going to say that, again, of the new wave, let's say I was more excited of the announcements of the first new wave of titles.
Yeah, which will come up on next.
Yeah.
Because those are very exciting.
One. So, but, good luck. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Looking at the second wave stuff, we'll do the grab bag here. Ravagers, are you reading it?
I'm reading it.
Are you okay with it?
I'm not, let's say I'm reading it, but I'm not enjoying it to the degree. I like the characters. I like Fairchild. I like Beast Boy.
Yep.
This version of Beast Boy. Let's see where it goes.
Yep.
What you guys are hearing right now is the construction. Sets are still being built.
We're actually building a set for Monday and Tuesday.
Yes.
And that place is called...
I'm not going to tell you.
Well, I think it's funny that we're building something that shouldn't be there.
Okay, well...
It's funny.
Yeah. This, in my eyes, is a little bit of stress.
You're good.
You're good. Yeah.
Okay, so Ravagers we covered. GI Combat, are you reading it?
I am reading it.
I am not reading it. Is it anything?
I really am enjoying The Unknown Soldier. I know you had an issue with The Unknown Soldier.
He's unknown, and he got an origin. This is the same thing with Phantom Stranger.
But Palmiotti and Gray's writing,
I like them.
So I like them. The J.T. Kroll's Land That Time Forgot storyline with the soldiers.
Fighting dinosaurs?
Fighting dinosaurs. Hey, if that's your thing, that's your thing. For me,
not your thing.
Not my thing.
Okay, Dial H. I am on board 100% with Dial H.
I've been reading it as well. Again, I'm really enjoying the story, but it's one of those books where should be in DC Universe Presents, I think. I don't think that this is going to go longer than 8.
Okay, you don't think that's going to last?
I don't think it's going to last.
Batman Inc.
Love it.
Okay, good. It's a Grant Morrison book.
Have you read it yet?
I have not.
Okay.
I'm batted out.
Okay.
Even after The Dark Knight Rises this weekend, I'm batted out.
The Batman Inc. series has been absolutely amazing so far.
But I never read the first part of it.
Yeah, well, you should.
All right.
You should.
All right.
And Batman Inc. #2 dealt with Talia. It's a great Talia story.
Okay.
Grant is really killing it on that book.
All right. World's Finest. I enjoy it, but for me, it's a lot of shampoo, rinse, repeat. It's a lot of Power Girl charging in and getting knocked out, and then Huntress saving her every issue. That has to change soon. I want to read this book. I want to love these characters, but it's 3 issues so far of ha-ha, clang, knocked out, Huntress saves the day.
Yeah.
So
that beat is kind of repetitive in this book, and this is one of those books that I thought issue 1 was amazing. It was
I loved it.
The great parts about this book is the banter is still very good between them.
They're great. They're hilarious people, and that's why I like the book so much.
Yeah, but it's the repetitive nature
of the
moment.
I'm sure there's a larger story, like an outline, but the colors are always the same, and so I need something to change. Yeah. Earth 2. There's been a lot of talk about the Green Lantern in Earth 2. I could give a crap what his sexual orientation is. I thought, while a little contrived, it worked for the origin with the ring and everything. I loved the introduction of the red and green and rot concepts from Earth 1 into this book, which really makes me think it's going to be more important than it is right now in the regular books, in the Earth 1 books. Love the book. I'm loving everything about that book.
Yes, I as well.
Wow.
I mean, here's the thing. Earth 2 was that book where I really loved. I can't wait for Earth number 2, Zero.
Yeah,
the Zero issue.
Yeah, your Zero issues are going to be pretty cool.
I really liked the setup for it, but I'm like you. I thought that the stuff with Alan Scott was just overly contrived.
Just a little bit. I don't really care what his orientation is.
No, here's the true test. Switch Alan Scott's lover from a male to a female.
Wouldn't have mattered.
And it's still
exactly
just
the
as
same.
Contrived.
It's just as contrived.
So that's the test, right? So I was, I thought maybe that part they could have done just a little better, and it was like, I mean, the stuff with Jay Garrick and Hawkgirl has been amazing.
And my favorite line of that is like, I guess Fate led me to you. Oh, well, and then he's like, I wouldn't put too much stock of Fate or whatever. She's like, wait till you meet him. And I'm like, that's the best line.
Yeah. No, it's great. Like, so the book, it continues to be very, very good. Yeah. It was just like the emotional misstep. It didn't ring true. I don't know. Very contrived.
Very contrived. A little contrived. Moving on to the dark section of it. Demon Knights. I am still reading it and still enjoying it.
I'm still reading it as well.
If you read Demon Knights and you're reading Stormwatch, it's pretty fun to see that the Demon Knights are actually the beginning of Stormwatch. Yeah. Or a version of. There may have even been one beforehand. Yeah. But it's pretty cool. iVampire, I enjoy it. I know it's probably going to get canceled soon. He's already a back pocket reserve member of Justice League Dark.
Here's the thing with iVampire. The art is just so great. I mean, I really can't say enough about it.
And I am so done with vampires. I don't care about vampires, but I really like this book.
Yeah, and I mean, you said to me a while ago that you were done with zombies.
Yeah.
And this last issue of iVampire
was nothing but zombies. And I'm just like, I may be done.
I'm still enjoying the book. Yeah. It'll be a shame if it gets canceled, because I do enjoy it. But, I'm still on board.
Yeah. So. Same kind of goes for Frankenstein, Agent of Shade. I love that book, and I love the art, and I love everything about it, because it's a different style, and it's a different kind of book, and I love that Ray Palmer's in there. Yeah. I love every goofy thing that's been set up in that book, but I have a feeling it's going to be going soon.
Well, Matt Kind took over from Jeff Lemire, and I thought that he maintained the quality of the book.
Yeah, he really did.
So it is, Frankenstein is what it is, and I know a lot of people hate that saying, but
it is what it is, man.
It is what it is.
Peace and love.
It's a great, again, a B-movie book.
It really is.
It's a monster book. There's some great concepts on it. I thought the last issue, Matt was throwing around concepts that, going through different passages and different layers, and there's a lot of interesting stuff there. So there's a new energy on the book, and I like it.
Talk about Justice League Dark. Jeff Lemire took over.
Yep.
Awesome book, awesome title, awesome story.
Great book. Justice League Dark was one of those things where it never felt like a team to me. I always said it's like Justice League Dark #1, just a bunch of dudes. They were arguing all the time. But now
it feels like a team.
It's feeling like a team, except they're still arguing.
Oh yeah, and that's fine.
It feels like a team.
But it feels like a team.
I also feel like there's the stakes on this book are now well defined.
Yeah, and it ties into the rest of, like, from the Free Comic Book Day issue with the Black Room.
Yeah.
Now it ties into that. It makes it feel like a bigger part of the whole.
Exactly.
And we don't know a whole lot about this version of Black Orchid, but I have a feeling we're going to find out who she is later on.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty cool, too.
It's a great book. I would definitely pick it up.
And then we've got the big two of the Dark for me. I think Justice League Dark, you know, I think when it started, I think they thought Justice League Dark would be the main title of the Dark section.
Yeah.
But when you got Animal Man and Swamp Thing and they're this good, and they're continuing to be this good, and they're finally coming to a head to meet for this Rock World crossover.
Yeah.
Those are two of the best books they've got.
Yeah.
In the entire 52.
These books continue to be, I think, the best books, definitely in the Dark section.
For sure.
And arguably in the entire New 52.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to The Edge. The Edge, which features a whole lot of books we don't like. Grifter, not reading it.
I dropped it.
Good. And we're not wrong about that. Stormwatch, I am still reading and I'm still enjoying.
I'm still reading it. I'm still enjoying it. I thought the Red Lanterns piece was a little bit of a...
Well, yeah, that just seemed odd.
But going back to Earth 2, Stormwatch also has 2 homosexual characters in it.
Yeah.
And it never seems to be contrived to me.
No, in the writing of Apollo and Midnighter in Stormwatch, it's never contrived. It's actually quite funny.
Right.
Their dialogue is amazing.
So this is what I meant when we spoke earlier about the Earth 2, where I felt like it was just so heavy-handed.
Yeah.
And this was, it doesn't define the characters, it's a part of their characters,
Yeah.
and it works better there.
Suicide Squad, I have dropped like a hot rock.
I'm still reading it.
Oh, what are you doing?
I like the punishment. I
All
like
right.
the torture.
All right.
I just want to see, like, Harley is one of my favorite characters, and
This Harley is...
it's not my favorite Harley, but I still want to...
You want to love it.
I want to love it.
I want to love it.
So I'm still picking up Suicide Squad. There are characters in it that I really do like.
I want to say this right now. If there really is anyone from DC watching,
Yeah.
somebody in your online department must be watching this, but also must keep an eye on what's selling on Comixology or all your other apps to buy comics. In the Comixology series section where you see what the top selling series are, Secret Six is still up there. Gail Simone's Secret Six is one of the best written villain series ever, and it's still in your top. It ended years ago, and it's still in your top series. Maybe think about bringing that back. Maybe you put Gail back on that and let her have a lot of fun with those characters.
I'd read that.
Oh, who wouldn't?
Yeah. So.
Okay, we've Suicide Squad we crapped on. Deathstroke, we're crapping on that too.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm on a Rob Liefeld band.
In fact, I will say this. I am reading it.
Oh, why are you doing this?
I give people chances. I give people second chances and third chances.
One of
and
us
I
is
want to be
wrong.
surprised. And I'm not surprised. Like, I'm not enjoying the book. He's facing off against Lobo right now, and
Robo. I don't know much about Lobo in the reboot. He's a girl. He's a girl now.
No, it's similar. It's not. I'm not enjoying the book. I'm still picking it up, but I'm not enjoying it.
Stop it. How else will Rob Liefeld learn?
DC Comics. It's like an addiction.
I understand.
Can't shake it. Sometimes, I like the character of Deathstroke.
Okay.
The character that I remember and love.
Yeah, the one that maybe
that doesn't exist anymore.
Bothered the Teen Titans when the Teen Titans had Raven.
When there was a Teen Titans?
When there was a Teen Titans previously, but but there wasn't.
Yeah.
Okay, Allstar Western, probably the best book of the Edge section.
Yeah.
And Paul Miotti and Greg can write forever. The backup stories are always great. I'm loving Batlash.
Tallulah Black, though?
Yep.
Amazing.
Yeah.
All-Star Western. I think last time we forgot to talk about it.
Oh, that's a shame. We did not mean to. It's just... But it's one of those books that I know I get and go, this is the best.
Yeah.
We've said it a million times.
Paul Miotti, Gray, Moratat, their Tallulah Black
awesome.
Introduction of the character is fantastic.
It's awesome.
The Hex and Black relationship is just great.
And I love Arkham in it.
Arkham's
He's so
amazing.
great.
The Court of Owls bit has been very good. It's the one book where it's like I'm okay with the owls because it's in the background.
Yeah,
really
they're still
like
building. It's
All-Star
pretty great.
Western, continue to pick it up.
Moving on to the Young Justice section. By the way, if you're not watching the Young Justice cartoon, do yourself a favor. He's got to catch up on it yet, but it is phenomenal. You've got a nice summer break. The rest of season 2 will air after the summer, but catch up. Jeff?
I'm trying.
Okay, Legion Lost.
I'm shooting a television show.
Well, so am I. Me too. That's my new character. Hey, me too. I don't like that guy. Legion Lost.
Okay.
I want to read it. I want to love it. I love all the Legion characters. Both Legion books I want to read. Haven't been picking it up.
I dropped it, and then I started picking it up again to see how it's been doing and faring. I will not be picking it up again.
Okay, and the other Legion book, not so much. Love all those characters, but they're so dear to me because they're some of the first things I ever started reading, and can't do it. Blue Beetle, move to Teen Titans. Move Blue Beetle to Teen Titans.
Yeah.
And get a nice Beetle and
Do you
Bunker
know how
team.
Blue Beetle is doing in the sales?
Not very well.
Okay.
Not very well in the sales.
I've been reading the book. It's...
Again, remember how we said it was so good?
Yeah.
And that's why everyone loved the character when it started?
Yeah.
When Jaime became the Blue Beetle?
But here's the thing with this Blue Beetle. It hasn't been terrible.
Okay.
It's just been good.
Yep.
And just good sometimes isn't enough.
Not enough. Teen Titans. I still read it. I still pick it up. I want the Teen Titans to be Teen Titans instead of I want to be done with this Harvest storyline. I want them to get off the island of Misfit Toys or wherever the hell they are, and I just want them to be the Teen Titans.
Yeah.
Young heroes in love.
Yeah.
I want the problems, but I want them to fight crime.
But that's the best parts of these books. The Teen Titans, like, they're on that
Island,
wacky island.
Question Island.
Question Island. But the relationship between Red Robin, Superboy, Cassie, Bunker, Kid Flash.
And where'd that brand new creepy character Skitter go?
I don't know.
She's just gone.
She's just skittering around.
Yeah,
somewhere.
right.
But the relationships are very good.
Oh,
and it's
they
funny,
are.
And
they are.
And it's making me laugh. And Kid Flash has some great moments here talking about the future. So Teen Titans is a book that I continue to love. I am kind of glad that the Harvest angle is over.
That's gotta go.
There's some,
They gotta get out of those Tron outfits. They really
everyone's in those Tron. The Ravagers were in those Tron.
The Ravagers, but they gotta get out of it. All of them gotta get out of those things.
Teen Titans I continue to pick up.
Yep.
Tim Drake is great. Little bit of announcement at Comic-Con that he was never actually a Robin.
And there never was a
Red
Teen
Robin.
Titans?
There wasn't a Teen Titans before. So that's unfortunate. But
yeah.
Whatever.
Moving on to the Green Lantern titles. Red Lanterns, are you still reading?
If I say yes, will you judge me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, is it any good? No, okay, I take your sigh as a no.
It's okay.
All right, New Guardians.
I dropped that.
Yeah, gone. I don't care about the Lucky Charms rings.
Sorry, I had to drop that.
I really don't care. Green Lantern Corps. Loving that book.
Yeah, that book is just great.
It's so fun. And even though this last one kind of seemed like stuff happened, there was tons and tons and tons of action.
Yeah.
But it just seems like we're waiting for this Third Army story to start.
But it's even a pause in a book like this is still very, very good.
Oh, yeah.
And the overall story of Jon Stewart, Guy Gardner has some great buddy moments, like the breakout scene. It was just...
It's great.
Very, very good stuff. If you're
It's
it's
a war book.
Do it.
It's so good.
Great.
Green Lantern. Now, here's a fun thing that happened last week, and if you caught this, I ran to the iPad to make sure I could get this. Comixology accidentally put next week's Green Lantern on this week's store.
Oh, really?
For like a millisecond.
Okay.
And a couple people downloaded it.
Okay.
And then they quick fixed it. But I tried so hard to get a week ahead, and I couldn't do it. I did that because I love this book.
Yeah. I said that after the Indigo arc.
But now, Black Hand's loose.
And it's been great.
Yeah.
It's been very exciting. And Green Lantern, the Sinestro arc. I mean, the thing is, I like Green Lantern for Hal.
I do too.
And Sinestro was a great first arc. I enjoyed it. But it's the Hal moments that really...
And Hal needs to get his ring back. Now, there's that new Green Lantern that looks like he's going to show up.
Yeah.
That's still not Hal. So we're well into a year of this book, and Hal's still using a borrowed ring from Sinestro. He's not a Green Lantern
You know what?
still.
But here's the thing. Instead of retreading the same stories that they've done, they're trying something new. So I can appreciate that for that.
Right?
It's
Green
kind of
Lantern needs a
working.
gun.
Yeah.
New.
New.
Right?
Yeah.
And a full head mask. And
New.
a gun.
New.
Because Green Lantern needs a gun.
New Coke.
New Coke. But I am loving that book.
Yeah, it's a great book.
The super titles. As of this recording, I've dropped Action.
Really?
Yep. I love Morrison. I've dropped Action.
And I am reading all of them still.
Oh, buddy.
I can't help it.
He went nuts when they showed the trailer for Man of Steel.
Man, that side note, the Man of Steel teaser trailer, it gave me hope that the Superman that that I know and love. Yeah, I know he's not wearing underpants.
No underpants.
But that doesn't matter because the feeling that I got was the feeling I'm looking for when I'm reading Superman books.
I'm gonna say this, all due to Kevin Costner's voice. That was because Kevin Costner is like a warm blanket.
Yeah,
You put on
I
Kevin
agree.
Costner.
Skin
Skin him and wear him is what I'm saying. Skin Kevin.
words were never spoken.
True, man.
Kevin Costner is like a warm blanket.
He's like a warm blanket.
So with the super books,
Supergirl, you're still reading?
I actually, you know what, we read your comments, and sometimes, we get the comments like, Cymek, you're absolutely wrong about Superman. It's never going to go back to the way it is.
But you do know that that's what the internet's for. Is to
No,
just
I get
shit
it.
on
But
whatever's out there.
we read the comments, and
Oh,
there
we
were some
do.
comments where like, you guys are wrong about Supergirl. So I actually went back and I started to. I had dropped Supergirl. I went back and I reread a bunch of the back issues, and I'm not going to say we were wrong, but what Green's doing with Supergirl is not bad.
All right.
It's not a terrible book, and I have really enjoyed Lobdell's Superboy.
The last issue
Yeah.
with the buddy cops of Superboy and
In
Bunker
Bunker?
was great.
Amazing.
I loved it.
So that was, I'm not saying the super books have been my favorite,
No.
but I have been liking Superboy. Supergirl has been a good book. Not a great book, but in my eyes, a good book. Superman, however, I have, that book, I think it is riddled with issues.
It certainly is.
And Action Comics, I'm not dropping it, no matter what, because I'm with DC Comics. I need my DC fix. I need my Superman fix. And
All
I'll
right.
continue to get them like a sucker.
All right. Moving on to the Bat titles, your favorite section.
Yep.
Red Hood and the Outlaws. Hoodies, mark the time. You could just skip to this part of it. Red Hood and the Outlaws. I am really enjoying this book, and I continue to enjoy it.
I love this book. I love the characters. It continues to be funny.
I love that this date has gone wrong, and now the date's in space. It's the funniest for me.
It's great. And Roy's telling the story, buying time.
Yeah.
Not going to spoil. There's a reveal at the end. The one thing I do have is that I want more of that storyline. The Essence storyline.
Get rid of. I don't really care about the Essence backup unless she's going to somehow be important.
Yeah, but I also
for the 4 seconds she was in the book already, I don't care.
I just think that it's probably to give Rockefeller a bit of a rest.
Oh, okay.
So that's probably what they're doing here.
Okay.
But it's just the main storyline because for me, Red Hood and the Outlaws, it's right. It's Jason, Roy, and Corey, right?
Yeah.
Like it's their relationships and seeing them, and right now, it's almost like every issue. If you're reading Red Hood and you're like, I want more.
Yeah, like where it ends to give this Essence story a start, I'm always mad.
Yeah.
That could have been more pages of the Red Hood story.
Which is it's kind of funny because it's good. It's not a negative. It's
I just want more.
People need a break. It's just,
want more.
I just want more.
But
great.
The
Love
Birds of Prey.
I have been reading it, and because I like the characters, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Yep. Okay. I'm on board.
Although Foreman's on the art, which is nice, but I do think that his art generally is better left in the dark titles. He's got an edge to it. But I love the characters, but it's still not.
Yeah, it's still not. That could be Gail Simone's Birds of Prey, and I would be loving it.
Yeah.
But it's not. Give Birds of Prey to Gail Simone, and give her Black Canary and Starling and Katana. Put Batgirl back in her own book.
Yeah.
And then add maybe someone else to this book.
That'd be magic.
I think we've just found the recipe, Gail. You're welcome. Batwing.
I'm reading it.
Oh, mistake.
Again, it's like, after a while I was like, I'm dropping books, and then all of a sudden I'm like, nope, come back.
Well, yeah, you drop it and then go, oh, I wonder how it's doing.
Yeah.
And then you go pick one up and then go, crap, now I gotta get them all.
Yeah.
But no, I don't care about Batwing, but that's...
I have been reading it, and I've been enjoying it.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so
great.
it hasn't been terrible.
The Bat fan likes Batwing. The non...
Surprising.
Yeah, shocking. Catwoman. Did you drop it?
No. Of course I didn't drop Catwoman, but I'm a little worried with Judd Winnick leaving.
Yeah.
Even though I thought his first arc was really great. I picked up the trade of it, really loved it. And then it went into the meta heroes, the superheroes. With
the electric dude. Yeah, who cares?
Whereas, like, I always like Catwoman to be more grounded in a reality sense.
Yep.
With Judd leaving and Anne taking over, I'm a little nervous. I'm not crazy about her Green Arrow.
Yep. I'm really not.
So we'll see. I got my fingers crossed that it's going to be great. If you haven't seen Dark Knight Rises, I was actually very worried about Anne Hathaway playing
too.
Catwoman. But she did a great job.
She was excellent.
So I was wrong about that.
Nightwing, still reading, still loving.
Me too. Enough said with that. I think that Nightwing is a great book. I think that Higgins really took the Court of Owls storyline, embraced it, and really gets Dick Grayson's character now and is playing with it. I'm really liking this new arc. This new arc is great. The Paragon arc.
Batwoman. I'm actually waiting for the end of this. I'm waiting for the new arc to start.
Yeah.
In Batwoman. I love it.
Yeah.
But I'm waiting for the new arc to start.
You know what? It's just... And this is something that maybe you can comment on. The style is very different in this arc. It has been...
Compared to the last arc?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, just the storytelling style. And
I'm not anti it.
No,
I just kind of want it the way it was.
When you're saying you're waiting for this arc to end, this is what you're saying. You're saying, I like the book. I like the story. It's just something's off with this arc that I'm not buying, and I can't wait for the next arc. And I think it's the stylistic choice. So
it might be.
Be curious what you guys think.
Batgirl.
Yes, of course I'm picking it up, but I think we've said quite a bit that we want Gale on Birds of Prey. There's this
girl, and we want Gale on Secret Six.
And there's something missing with Batgirl. This new arc I'm actually enjoying quite a bit with Nightfall and this taking matters into your own hands.
Yep.
And I just find that. I don't know how to say it. I just don't like it.
Okay.
Like the book, it's weird. It's like, you know how it's like
you're picking it up and you're reading it, but something's bothering you.
Yes, and I don't know what it is, and it's driving me nuts. It's like when you're testing food or taste testing and you're eating something, you're like, it's food. I'm getting vitamins, but I don't like it.
Did you try that tea that came around set the other night?
It's terrible.
But people swear by it.
I know.
It was this tea. I swear to God, it's honey, lemon, ginger,
our craft,
and garlic.
Our craft person.
But it's one of our producers' recipes.
It's amazing.
And she's the best.
Takes really great care of us. And after a long day, she brings in some with lemon, ginger, garlic tea.
Yeah, it's lemon, ginger, honey, garlic tea. Garlic. You know what was missing from my tea? Garlic. But the first couple sips, you're like, that's an odd taste, and you realize, it's giving, I'm feeling energy, I'm feeling a little more energized. Then about halfway through the cup, you're like, this is disgusting.
Yeah. But people swear by it.
But people love it.
So maybe it's just me, and I'm just like...
acquired taste.
I'll just have coffee. Black.
I'll stick to my Diet Coke. You're welcome, Diet Coke. Send us free cases. Because Sudbury is apparently a Pepsi town. Batman and Robin as well.
Yes, I love this book. With this new arc, Robin has put all the other Robins on notice that he's going to pick them apart. In the last issue, he took on Jason, and it was a great scene. I mean, I'm a Red Hood fan. He kind of got schooled a bit, but I love Damian as well.
You love Damian.
This book, not so much Batman in it. The thread is really nice. It's all the people that Batman has had a physical effect on in the past and have left them disfigured or disformed.
And since
I
I haven't
love
been reading
this
it,
book.
do they all get together with their various disfigurements and form one correct person, like a Voltron. Does that happen?
It's only issue 2 in the arc.
Oh, okay, so maybe they will. I'm predicting it now.
Yeah.
Dark Knight, the Batman, the Dark Knight. I never liked that book from the start, but that's just me.
But Greg Hurwitz, who wrote Penguin, is now on the book.
Ooh, I may have to check that out.
You may have to check it out.
I have to borrow that.
Yeah.
So I'll check that out. Detective Comics. I
have been picking it up because it's Detective Comics.
Well, that's how the company got
And
named.
seemingly, I have a wealth of money because I've just been picking up everything.
Yes, you do. You
Of
are
course, I feel it at the end
like the
when
Bruce Wayne. You've got all this money.
Yeah, right. Okay, that could be an issue later on for me. But I've been picking up Detective Comics. It's okay. It's not great. I'm actually not enjoying it. I can't wait for the new team to take over. I think Daniel's art is amazing. I think that we need someone like a Grant Morrison work with Daniel and together with the team.
Yeah.
Sometimes two heads are better than one
Yeah.
when it comes to that, and better work will come out of it. So even though I'm picking up Detective, I still can't recommend the book.
Batman. The Owls have ended. Joker's next. I'm excited. When Snyder was on, Snyder Man. When the Snyder Man was on Twitter and he was saying one of the big villains that he's always wanted to write in the Batman family was coming back, part of me really hoped it was Riddler. You knew it was going to be Joker, but part of me was like, I want to see Riddler.
Yeah, and I know you want to see Riddler, but Snyder is the best when it comes to the dark.
I know.
And crazy.
So let's bring back Joker and make him nuts.
And we haven't. I mean, they teased the whole face thing.
Of
we haven't
course.
seen him. It's been a year. I think it's great.
Yeah.
I think it's the right time to bring back Joker, and I cannot wait for this new arc.
Yep.
The ending of the Night of Owls storyline, the Court of Owls. What did you think?
You've hopefully all read it by now. I guess spoilers. We haven't done that for a while. Spoilers. For me, remember, you can look back in the clips of our review show where I said, if you're going to draw a dude, draw him different. Don't make him look just like Bruce. Remember when I said that?
Yep.
Remember when I said that? He looked too much like Bruce?
Yep.
Turns out, that was on purpose.
Yep.
And then, my big thing about the Bat books has always been, don't introduce a new guy, because we always know it's him in the end. Him in the end. And kind of a bizarro Batman now. Even just in the look. So that's what's bothering me about it. I did enjoy it, but that's what's bothering me about it. And we still don't know, is he or isn't he?
Yeah.
We don't have a definitive answer to that.
Yeah.
But that just of those little things bother me. And I'm trying to get on board with the Batman books, and this book got me on board the Batman books. But a year of it goes by, and it turns out that I was right. So
You were right. You were right.
you're right.
You were right.
This guy. But it bothered me and continues to bother me. But I'm hoping that this Joker arc will fix any issues I have.
I will say this. I knew you were right, but I didn't care.
Yep.
And I was along for the ride.
Yep.
And I thought that the ending and that finishing that book with that scene between Bruce and Dick.
Perfect.
And it was just
Perfect.
It was a great ending to that book.
That-
And I'll wait for the next
Yeah.
thing. If you haven't picked up Court of Owls, Night of Owls, pick it up because Snyder and Capullo on Arc, I was never a Capullo fan.
I am now.
Ever. Now,
Oh.
he did great work
Perfect.
on this, and I cannot wait for the Joker arc.
Let's go to the Justice League. Hawkman. No.
Yeah, I'm picking it up.
Why are you doing this? Why? I'm on a
Because
ban.
my money is burning a hole in my wallet.
I guess so. You don't drink, so there goes your money.
Yeah. It's not... It has not been terrible.
The only good part was the Gentleman Ghost.
Yeah,
That was the best arc.
It's kind of
and then
lost me in the last issue,
Yeah.
but yeah. I just
And now he has
yeah.
no feet. Green Arrow. I'm not.
I'm not.
No, I might watch the TV show.
Yeah, I mean, I picked up and the Senti's first issue, and it
Didn't do it for you.
Didn't do it for me, so.
Here's the thing about this next one. Firestorm. Firestorm when the new writer takes over,
Yeah.
looks like it's going back to regular Firestorm. One guy, one character with two people in him.
Yeah.
Not two guys that become a Hulk. Sorry.
Firestorm was a mess.
An
for
absolute
me.
mess.
And I have dropped it and will not pick it up.
I'll pick it up when the new writer takes over and returns it back to the way it should be.
Okay.
Flash, on board, 100%. Love everything about it. The art, mana pool, and the writing. It's so good.
It's a great book.
It's so
I
good.
continue to pick it up, and so should you.
Yes, Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
I love it.
Great book.
I'm
Continue to pick
loving
it up. Are we on to Justice League yet?
No.
Okay, what's left?
Aquaman.
Another great book.
A perfect book right now. I love this Others arc. I love the seeds. Every time Johns writes an arc or a story, there are seeds for the next thing.
Yeah.
And I can't wait. All right, Justice League.
Yeah, so Justice League has been, the flagship book for the DC Universe. This issue had a lot of great things. The Cyborg stuff, where we get a hint of
What's up with him?
what's up with him. There's some great moments with Batman.
But the fight, like there was heroes fighting, it just seemed like because nothing had happened recently.
Yeah, it's like you needed to put a fight scene in it, and I thought that was the reason why I don't read the other guys.
Is because they fight, heroes
almost
fight unnecessarily all the time.
And with Infinite Crisis, there was a Superman Wonder Woman fight. I don't know if you guys remember it. I remember it well. I'm sure you remember it. The stakes in that fight
Were high.
Superman was mind controlled. There was a reason for them to fight. It was scary. And here, it's just kind of like she's angry.
Yep.
She's gonna go save, Steve.
Yep.
Let's stop her. I don't want to be stopped. We're gonna fight.
Yep.
It's an excuse for Jim Lee to draw pretty fights between our heroes, which they were pretty.
They were pretty, but let's move on.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
so,
I just want this. I
the
want
Shazam mini at
is
the
awesome.
end has been amazing.
Real good.
Great. And aside from the whole, we need to depict heroes fighting,
Yep.
Justice League continues to be a very fun book.
Absolutely. That's it. Well, let's move on to Red Tornado Watch. There's no Red Tornado in this week's comics. But Earth 2, my uncle, give it to me. I want something. All right, that's it. We're
That's
done.
it for our show. Thanks so much for watching. We are here for the next 3 to 4 weeks, continuing to shoot in Sudbury. Once we're done, hopefully we'll get to a more regular schedule for you guys. We do miss the show. I still try to get my comics every week.
At Comics North here in Sudbury.
Yeah, they've helped us out quite a bit.
Thank you, Comics North.
To them.
And I'll be at the Silver Snail this week because I'm going back to Toronto, so
Great.
I'll see you at the Silver Snail.
So, continue to read comics, continue to enjoy them. Remember, if it makes you happy, it can't be that bad.
Yeah, and if someone says that you're wrong for liking a comic, that doesn't mean you're wrong, and it doesn't mean they're right.
But with that whole Court of Owls thing, you were totally right.
I was right!